Welcome to Browns Bay, the first bay to the north of Elaine Bay in the picturesque Pelorus Sounds. Quiet and peaceful with a glorious sunrise perspective, this bay is the end of the journey of the popular 2-kilometre long Piwakawaka walking track from Elaine Bay. And with a fantastic native forest outlook and excellent beach, it's no surprise that there is a walking track to it. Elaine Bay is in the very western quarter of the Pelorus Sounds and is in the Tawhitinui Reach, which includes other bays such as Tennyson Inlet, Fitzroy Bay and Hallam Cove. Tucked into the western side of the Sounds, under the mountains, means early sunsets but glorious early morning sunrises. Great if you're an early riser. Browns Bay is surprisingly deep given the geography of the bay, and depending on the state of the tide, you could very well be anchoring in 8 to 10 metres of water as we did, quite close to the shore. There are a couple of coves in the southern end of the bay where this yacht is, that perhaps offer the best anchorage with southerly protection, but a stern line is a must. The night we stayed, there were 2 small yachts tucked into these coves, so after several unsuccessful attempts to anchor in Lucerne Bay, just 1 bay north, we headed back to Browns Bay to collect our crew who had walked the track and managed to set anchor in the muddy silt directly off the stream in the middle of the bay. Given the 0 to 2 knot wind forecast, we just ended up staying put, but as you will see, this is only advisable if you have very heavy ground tackle and no wind. On the charts it says the bottom is mud and clay, but on the beach it is small round stones and gravel with very little mud. As we pull up the anchor, you can see the state of the sea floor and the fact that on this occasion I think our anchor was only partially set on its side with one fluke pointing up, which is not at all ideal. The muddy bottom is very loose with a mix of gravel and shell, and the windlass didn't have to work hard at all to free the anchor. In wind, I would not trust this setup or the seafloor and would definitely be tucked into one of the coves with the stern line out to pull you in and hold you fast. We tried to anchor in 2 places in Lucerne Bay and also on the northern edge of Browns Bay and couldn't get the anchor to set, which is perhaps a reflection of the seafloor in this particular part of the Pelorus Sound. All of the yachts around us, including the 3 in Lucerne Bay, were all stern tied, so potentially this is the prudent choice. I imagine the holding would be perfectly adequate with a stern line to hold the anchor in place and prevent sideways movement. Elaine Bay can also be accessed by road, so there is quite a substantial settlement there with a lot of activity during the summer and the ability to also buy boat fuel at the small marina. There are also some great walks and an impressively long community jetty that is quite deep at the seaward end at high tide. This side of the Pelorus Sound is quite a bit busier due to the road access and the number of houses, but there are some truly stunning spots that you won't want to miss. The night we stayed, we were also treated to a magnificent bioluminescence show when the kids got in the tender and rode to beach. This whole side of the Sounds is well worth a visit.